So next up will be Elisabeth Tambwe, as she is a choreographer, a savvy friend, a performer, and a visual artist based in Vienna. She was born in Kinshasa, where she grew up also in France, studying fine arts. In 1998, she obtained her master's degree in plastic arts with honors for her work of sculpture at the Tourcoing School of the Arts. Her reflection in fine arts is based on organic architecture, and her choreographic work is essentially oriented towards the sensitive and fragile dimensions of the body. At the center of her work lies the critique of tyrannical structures against concepts of normality. So we are glad to welcome you, Elisabeth. We see you there.
You have to
I think your
activate
mic is off, so you just have to, there it is. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I hear you.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for the introduction and thank you for the invitation. I wanted to present a video of a performance which I've done called Abstraction. It was a performance which I present already in Civic Contemporary, but it was a long version, let's say, and I was exploring also the space. Now I'm really focused on the body, and the music is from Eli Buletti and Octavio Garabello. It was shot in the theater Rabenhof in Vienna during the period of Corona. I mean, we are still inside, but it was a period of quarantine. So you will see the theater empty. And I mean, it was kind of support from the festival Impulse. They're really trying to give a kind of visibility to some artists. Maybe I could speak after about the project, but the best is to see.
Yes, thank you, Elisabeth.
But actually, we just realized it seems that some people can't see Elisabeth. It's on?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Good. So we're all back. It seemed like there were some that couldn't see you visually, but I think it's all settled now.
The unseen dimensions.
The unseen dimensions coming through, but now we're in.
So enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Elisabeth. Yes.
Yes. So voila, it's abstraction. It's as you can see, it's about fragmentation, and I'm really trying to be focused on the multiplicity of the body. And in all my work, my recent work, it's a lot to do about perception, how we perceive the other, and the different reality which we don't want to see. So it's about also what we are watching is not always what we are seeing, or the opposite. But yes, I'm trying to really work on the image, and trying to go through the pictures to question also the eyes of the regardeur, and to try to question also the pictures in a way, in the sense that we used to shoot, we used to fix people in one aspect, and of course the things are much more complex, and yeah, it's also a dynamic which I used to see also in the city, the way we represent some civilization and or some country or some people is like fixing them into one reality. So it's also in a way to work on all those stereotype and cliché to yeah, voila.
Yes, and in fact, in a very different way, your presentation is taking us back to Ida's reflections on the making evident of this injustice and infrastructural, racist world that we are inhabiting. But we've been inviting you in a program at Savi that was exploring the concept of madness. We were calling it Ultra Sanity, actually, again with Kelly, but it was a project initiated and directed by Bonaventure. And there we were trying to challenge what are these presumptions of normality and normality and normalcy. But because recently we were in touch and I became aware of your interest in fostering dialogues with scientists and trying to find common ground for conversations across disciplines. We were doing an event a couple of days ago for your Salon Souterrain. I thought it was actually interesting to bring you back in this constellation of presentations that are really cracking with disciplinary borders and boundaries. So I think this is maybe enriching our discussion, but also your reasoning and your paths towards.
No, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And as a final note, I think just as what you were mentioning, breaking from these fixed ideas of what any identity is of a particular person. In your presentation, your performance, you saw the multi-layeredness of self that can be inhabited in all of the removals of articles of clothing, which could also be removals of articles of self, of the presumptive. And it was a wonderful conceptual artistic bridge to all of the physics that we were talking about.
Yeah, I think for me it's beyond I mean, it's not just to question the racistic approach, it's also the question of point of view and perspective, because we used to reduce and to try to always find the more easy way to perceive and to fix the elements. So, and we are in this world surrounding by pictures, by image, and so I had a feeling that it's somehow quite enough for people, you know, to deal with that. And we still have, I still have a feeling that we need to bring some keys, at least to go through those pictures and to analyze them, because yeah, because we are just, I mean, in a way also stacking on some image and stacking on some moment of history, which is just repeating. So it's somehow a way to go through a pictures is somehow also a way to question our position. And yes.
Yes.
Voila.
Yeah.
So no, thank you. I think there's so many scientifics, so I feel a bit.
No. The potent is that what the sciences are somehow speaking to the scientists that we've invited tonight in terms of that which is unseen, unknowable in the outer world, which we create in our own interiority. What you're speaking on is the way that these gazes can limit, and the gazes can narrow down, which is very expansive, whether it's the outer world that we observe or our own inner worlds, which also are unknowable in the sense that they will never be fully defined. So I think your performance was an incredible link and expression of that.
Yes, and it takes us back also to...
and Ida's back. Hey, speaking of the multidimensional.
She has a question. Yes,
come in. Yeah.
Please.
So I really appreciated your performance, and I want to highlight something that you said, which might seem at first glance as sort of different from sort of the idea of revealing systemic injustice, but I think it's perhaps there is some similarity between those approaches. The way I understood what you were saying is, come on, if we just get stuck on something, the worst image, and then reproduce that image constantly, we get stuck in a world that reproduces that image, basically.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you. And I think there is a beautiful quote in one of our recent events, an artist in Brooklyn who was saying, we need to move from being reactionary to being visionary. And I have read a lot of, in my life, the thing that has sustained me through the wars. When I was a child, I was in Tehran, there was a war, was reading science fiction. And in Brooklyn, we have N.K. Jemisin, who is sort of imagining the world's award-winning science fiction writer that lives in Brooklyn. She imagines certain kinds of worlds in which the struggles that were similar to ours get resolved in a different way or lead to something else. For instance, there are these people that when they get mad, earthquakes happen. So people are trying to, other people who are trying to push them away because they have control of the world. And I really like her way of giving some other vision of the future. And I feel like somewhere in between art and science, maybe something that we need to be able to do is imagining a different image, like you were saying, or a different structure in the case of my models. Just wanted to highlight that this imagining something new might be an outcome of both of our approaches, either just like, forget that image, let's look at a more layered image that is not that same cliche you expect to see, or saying, hey, let's computationally simulate possible futures and see how it goes.
No, exactly. It's about also pushing somehow the door of knowledge. I mean, to reflect and to question, and it's about movement. That's why it's really important to keep on going, because it's the only way we have, at least, to somehow transform and to propose a new system.
Yes. And also to create these disruptions, because science also is advancing through disruption. The concept of the epistemological break, the rupture, is actually the way in which scientific knowledge advances. So I think it's something that is shared between science and art. And this is exactly bringing us back to Ivana's work that tries to crack with these pre-assumptions of our perception of the world and of space in particular.
And by working also with neuroscientists and with her own art at once. So she's the expression of the interdisciplinary links that are possible if we also encourage ourselves to see beyond our spheres. I mean, especially the disciplinary participants that we have here, this is what's happening around us. The influences of each zone that can cross-pollinate, can contaminate, we would say, too.
So